So it's my drama phase again, isn't it?
That's correct, Botan. What did you have in mind?
It's time for us to corner this beast. I want to use my sorcery barrier skill to track the Torah and discover his location with an information check.
Oh, that sounds a bit confusing. Wouldn't an engineering or analysis check be more suitable?
Let me cook for a minute, GM.
Fine, go ahead and explain it, and then I'll see if the role is suitable.
Misa, hold my bag for a second.
Senpai?
Enough of that. I reach into my satchel and suddenly brandish a large stick of chalk, which I then start hurriedly using to scrawl a strange set of marks and shapes on the floor.
Botan, what are you doing?
Magic, Misa. My family have used this barrier magic for generations. I finish with a flourish. The shapes on the floor almost look like a series of mathematical diagrams with symbols for astrologic entities inside them. Step inside.
Misa looks a little nervous, as she isn't a magic user herself, but steps into the circle.
Botan claps his hand twice and kneels down onto his left knee before briefly intoning something that Misa can't hear. A bubble of energy appears around the two of them, and there are multitudes of glittering lights filling the space. One of these is my bullet. When I call out to it, the barrier inside will reply to me, and we will be able to see where the tiger is hiding.
Misa reaches out and moves some of the lights around in front of her. It's beautiful, Botan.
It's just a tool. Botan lifts his hands in front of his face and makes a triangle out of his fingers before once again muttering something. Suddenly, with a lurch of motion, the two of them feel dragged towards a now pulsing green glittering light. Their focus pulled inexorably towards it until they feel like they're being pulled through space itself. Suddenly, everything comes into focus. Is that good enough, GM?
Plenty good enough. Feel free to roll your barrier magic check. You'll need a 5+.
Thank you. I rolled a 12.
Oh, that's a critical. It doesn't really help you here, but you do find out the location of the Torah. You both suddenly have your vision filled with the sight of the Tokyo Metropolitan Government Building. On top of one of its two towers hunched against the mast is the Torah, licking its wounds.
Misa,
Yes, Botan?
let's end this.
As the GM, I'm going to end all of the other phases now. You've reached the climax phase and will be fighting tooth and nail against the Torah for survival. Botan and Misa reach the Metropolitan Government buildings. They're a long way up, so they choose the incognito approach. They both catch the lift up to the observation deck among the various tourists before sneaking up onto the upper reaches of the opposite tower. They find an exit onto the roof, and the wind whips around them as they step outside, and unfortunately slams the door into the frame.
So much for a stealthy approach, then.
Across from them on the other roof, the Torah spins to face them, letting out an agonized roar. You can surrender!
No, he can't, Misa. He's our prey.
But Botan!
Misa, we're here to complete a job. Kill the Torah.
The fight, turn 1. The climax fight will involve Misa, Botan and the Torah. It's taking place on top of the Government Metropolitan Building at night. Because of this, anyone who fumbles will suffer the effect of Plot Restriction 3 to represent the danger of fighting at such a height. Botan is on full health. Misa has suffered 1 wound, and the Torah only has 1 wound left. What speeds are you all going at? Misa's going at speed 5. The Torah's chose speed 6.
Botan chooses speed 2.
The Torah goes first. He arches his back and suddenly is in the air, jumping towards the roof where the 2 erstwhile protagonists are. He decides to use a close combat hand-to-hand attack. He needs a 5+ and he rolls a 7. Misa, you need to try to dodge. I roll a 5, but I needed a 6 as I have blade 1 box underneath hand-to-hand. Ah, yes, unfortunately you take a wound as the tiger bats you into a wall with his massive paw. Ah! Also, the tiger activates one of his support Nimpo, Wind Dancer. Before you have a chance to react, he's on you again, the great paw raised, ready to hit once more. He rolls an 8. Okay, Missy, you need to roll above a 6 to dodge. I've rolled a 7. I duck and roll out of the way of the tiger's attack. The Tora roars and spins around, looking frustrated. It's my turn now. Misa is going to use the cross-cut close combat attack, and she'll activate her assassin skill with the blade. She rolls a 9, which means she's passed the assassin skill. Now she's going to attack with cross-cut, hoping to do 2 damage to the tiger and take him out. She rolls a... again? I'm afraid it's not only a failure, but a fumble, Misa. You now can't go above velocity 3 unless you clear the status effect. Fine. I pull out my blade, but the wind buffets me at the wrong time, and it blows out of my hand and it skitters across the floor out of my reach.
I'm afraid I'm too far from the fight to actually do anything yet. My longest range attack is 1.
I'll try to clear my status effect. I need an 8. I roll a 3. I don't clear it. Turn 2.
Botan will move at speed 4.
The Tora also chose speed 4. Misa will go at her maximum speed of 3. Okay, Tora and Botan, if you would like to roll off, you need to roll a d6 each. The Tora has rolled a 6, and that's going to be hard to beat.
I rolled a 3.
Okay, the order is Tora, Botan, and then Misa. A sudden growling voice fills the air. It almost appears as if the Tora is talking.
The tiger's teeth.
The air around the tiger shimmers, and for a moment the proud beast looks healthy, and its mouth opens wider and wider. There's a sudden rumbling and the towers shake. An earthquake? Misa and Botan are driven to their knees. An intense pain racks them, as if they're being crushed between ethereal jaws. The tiger paces forward, standing triumphant over them. Misa and Botan both suffer 2 points of damage. Misa, roll 2d6 please. I got a 1 and a 6. Okay, you lose access to tech and sorcery. Botan, please roll 2d6.
I got a 1 and a 5.
Botan's lost access to tech and strategy. It is, however, Botan's turn now.
Botan whips out his gun despite being on the floor, and desperate to end the battle, he uses his surefire attack. I roll a 6.
The Tora tries to dodge. He needs to roll a 10 or above. He rolls a 12. The Tora jumps backwards, landing on top of another part of the roof, dodging the bullet entirely. Misa's unable to reach the Tora this turn, so she's going to use a bead of life to get back the skill branch sorcery. I'll also try to clear my status effect. I need an 8 and I've rolled a 6. I don't clear it again. Turn 3. This turn the Tora is moving at speed 4.
Botan has decided to drop to speed 3.
Misa's moving at speed 2. The Tora uses its ranged combat ability towards Misa, lashing its long tail out towards her. It rolls a 7. It hits. No, it doesn't. Misa feels time slow down around her. She's fully aware of the movements of everything and the locations of items and people in this moment of clarity. That's my Ogi. I use it to pass my dodge roll automatically. Ah, okay, I see. You've revealed your Ogi. Over to you then, Botan.
After seeing the near miss, I go for another use of surefire in the hope I can finally end this menace and claim my prize. I roll a 9.
The Tora rolls a 6. It's a hit. Surely this is it for the Tora. He roars out in pain, and the whisper of an otherworldly voice intones, "The tiger's eye."
I know this Ogi. I want to break it, GM.
Go ahead. You need to roll above 10. And Misa, if you want to try, you'll need to roll above a 7. I've rolled a 6.
I've rolled an 8.
Tough luck, I'm afraid. The tiger suddenly flashes a bright white, and the bullet you fired towards it is turned into a puff of mist on its shimmering white fur. Misa, annoyingly, is too far from the action again. I think she's going to use her other bead of life and heal her tech skill tree. I'll also try and clear my status again. I need an 8 and I've rolled a 7. I don't clear it. Turn 4.
Botan will move at speed 2.
Misa's going to move at velocity 3. The Tora has decided on speed 4. The Tora has the advantage again. He whips his tail towards Botan as a ranged combat attack. He rolls a 7.
I try to dodge. I need a 10 and I roll a 4. That's some more damage for Botan then.
Well, yes, it is. However, it is about to be a little worse for you.
Worse? Oh no, what now?
The Tora has started a flashback scene. A young man is walking through a familiar area. It's the agency headquarters. But the young man isn't someone that we instantly recognise. He has a shock of white hair and is somewhat muscular. He's talking to someone. Then he's fighting monsters, demons, all sorts of things. Then he's drinking with work buddies, chatting up girls. He's getting older, his hair longer, his face less enthusiastic. He's fighting a snake demon. He stands over it, and as it dies, it transforms back into one of the work colleagues that we had previously seen him drinking with. He's back in the work office, arguing with someone, his boss, we think. In the background, a young man walks by, enthusiastic. It's Botan. Here we are, full circle. Everyone comes to this in this job, or at least that's what the Tora feels. His rage and hatred of an unfair system carries across. The damage from the tail is made worse by 1 point. Roll 2d6, Botan, and let's see what you lose.
I rolled a 3 and a 4.
You've lost access to your stealth and scheming trees, and you're now down to 2 health points. It's Misa's go next, right? Yes. Okay. Misa's going to use a single moment of clarity again, as she has now stood over the knife she lost previously, just as she had planned. The Tora will try to break the Oogie, seeing as he previously seen her use it. Go ahead. It won't make a difference, beast. Yes, well, I need a 10 to manage this. I rolled a 7. Uh-oh. Misa picks up her knife from the floor and darts forward, intending to use crosscut. She also activates Assassin. She rolls a 7. It's active. Her critical score is now 10 plus instead of 12. She moves into an attack with crosscut, ducking under the tiger's maw and placing the knife on its neck. My single moment of clarity grants me an automatic roll of 10. And that makes it a critical, doesn't it? The Tora isn't able to dodge. How much damage do you do? Seeing as it's a critical, roll a d6 to check. I rolled a 4. Wow, 4 damage. The Tora starts to shine and glitter as you duck under its neck, its roar building. The tiger's eye. I want to break it. I know this one now. You too, Botan.
Of course.
Okay, Misa, you need a 7, and Botan, you need a 10. I rolled a 6. Damn.
I rolled a 12. I broke it. Misa, move! The eye!
You have the drop. The tiger isn't able to complete its Oogie before your knife digs in. My knife digs deep into the tiger's flesh. My second knife, unseen until this moment, in my other hand is cutting left to right while my first cuts right to left. The tiger's roar left unsounded. Its head pops from its body as it drops to the floor, a gout of crimson splashing onto the rooftop. I stand over its corpse.
Misa, are you okay?
It's dumb, Botan. Let's just call it in and go home. Botan?